Right. Milady.
Why, these are my dolls.
Indeed, my lady, here they are. 2 are somewhat damp, but they are all completely intact. In the future, for their own safety, put them up high or lock them up. You should also consider rehiring your servants, as they weren't to blame for the dolls.
Or get rid of your dog.
Thank you, sir. You are a savior. How can I ever repay you?
There is a way. You can use your influence with Her Majesty to ensure an audience for myself as soon as possible. Here's my card.
Certainly, sir. I will go straight away to beg her pardon, and I propose that you return this evening. That will give me enough time to improve her mood and deign to receive you.
Many thanks, my lady.
Later. ...
Surely you aren't telling me that you had to rummage through a waste bin in order to find the leftovers from an infernal...
My lord, my dear Watson, within these walls you must say my lord.
I wonder if you aren't mocking me, Holmes.
I think you are.
I find it hard to believe that Her Majesty enjoys living in an environment so... queer.
What do you know of our monarch, Watson? What do we really know?
So we get to make it up.
The Prime Minister is in the White Room on your right, at the end of the hall. His orders were that you should be shown in immediately.
Do you mean the actual White Room, or the... or whatever her name was, his room, which is somewhat different?
The rug was wet in a number of spots. I don't recall having wet it while emptying the bar.
Oh dear. Oh dear. What's happened? What's happened?
Good evening, gentlemen. Well done yet again, Holmes. The reconciliation between Her Majesty and Lady Leamunda has had a wonderful effect, and we should be received momentarily.
Is she now amused?
Is Her Majesty safe?
She is in her chamber, and the palace as well as the gardens are crawling with guards. Did you notice all of the checkpoints on the way here? An army couldn't get to her.
Right.
You'll have to excuse me for a moment.
What are we doing? I'm going to check the kitchen.
Closed.
I'm not going to check the kitchen.
The rug was wet in a number of spots. I don't recall having wet it while emptying the bar.
Do these wet patches lead anywhere? No, it's just here. Doesn't seem to be particularly under a window, and same here. Bit more splashing around here though. I wonder if I can go into any of these rooms now.
Closed.
I think I might be rather limited in what we can do.
Closed.
I assume I can't go in here yet.
It would be considered an act of treason to enter without having been invited. Undoubtedly subject to banishment to the
Australian colonies or worse. Yes.
Can you assist me, my good man?
Does his lordship wish to inspect another refuse bin?
The carpet is wet.
Why is the carpet in the hall wet?
On account of a gift that Her Majesty received from Lady Leamunda. It was soaked, and water was dripping from it for the duration of its carriage.
What did it consist of?
I haven't the least idea. The object was wrapped.
Right. This is where Lady Leamunda tells us
Chauncey.
she hasn't given her a gift. Isn't it?
Her Majesty and yourself are finally reconciled?
Ah, yes. And all thanks to you. I explained to her that you desired an audience, and she has granted your request. She will receive you and the Prime Minister, but she will not tarry by calling for Chauncey to fetch you.
The gift you sent to Her Majesty.
Forgive me, my lady, but I just learned that you offered a gift to Her Majesty.
Yes, I wanted to present Her Majesty with a gift to thank her for the dollhouse. But what a tragedy. It mustn't work any longer. Those nitwit workers dropped it in the moat and had the dickens of a time getting it out. They were so endearing that I couldn't be angry. And it's true that it's quite heavy.
Okay, what was it?
If you'll tell me, my lady, what is the nature of the gift that you presented to Her Majesty?
Well, it's a very rare piece, but I have to admit I don't know much about it. I enjoy frequenting the shops, and a very lovely antiquarian approached me and drew my attention to this masterpiece, as he called it. Oh, he knew what he was talking about, and his manners were so...
French.
But the masterpiece, what was it exactly, my lady?
Well, as Her Majesty's watch was broken, I wanted to give her something to tell the time. Thus, I bought her this clock, which she gladly took to her chamber. You know, a French grandfather clock. Pomtoise, or was it comptoise? The antique dealer said it was made by one of the originators of the genre, the Paillet brothers.
Wait, my lady, that name suggests something to me. Could it be...
What is the... I don't know. What is the name he's thinking of? The Paillet brothers. Paillet. No, I was wondering if it was similar to the journalist from before, but his name is Piers Urquhart Lena or something. I'm gonna have to... I have no idea. Found back on a piece of paper here. Oh. Right, Maye.
Mayet?
Yes, that's it. How did you know?
Watson,
Oh dear.
Prime Minister, quick, sound the alarm. Lupin is in the Queen's chamber.
Oh dear.
What made me accept this infernal contraption? Tomorrow I will have it carved into kindling for the fire.
If Her Majesty will permit, I would rather avoid risking death yet again in what Her Majesty calls this infernal contraption. I was able to hold my breath long enough to avoid drowning, but that wouldn't help me against...
The hangman?
Your Majesty understands well. My fate is entirely in your hands, like so many others. My intentions are not hostile. In fact, they are quite the contrary.
I just want to kidnap you.
Many times I have found myself in a similar situation, and the words came naturally, because they flow from my spirit, which has fain been called poetic, lyric, and imaginative. Words. Nothing but words and rhetoric, often to an end above reproach. I stand before you, after having risked my life and still risking it in what I had until now only considered a game. The words won't come to me because the game is over. The words that I should say to you won't come because they are buried deep. These fragile words that are frightened of emerging, these words that come from the heart. The words that I know I owe you, Your Majesty, my Queen, my love.
Believe me, madame, if I was to steal something, it would only be a kiss.
You won't be stealing anything. I will give you a kiss willingly.
What?
Open up, Your Majesty!
Is all well, Your Grace?
Break down the door!
Your subjects are there, and so ends my gallant game, and with them, my life. But these precious seconds are the lifetime. Show them, Arsene, how a French gentleman in love behaves.
And continue to amuse yourself.
That makes no
Your
sense.
Majesty, are you going to...
Hush up, you impudent plodders. Who do you think you are to speak in my presence without having been asked? Look at you, a bunch of incompetents, covered in titles and stripes. You are supposed to guarantee my safety and that of England, which amounts to the same thing. In the end,
No.
I had to defend the place myself.
He's not,
But
no.
Your Majesty!
He's the
Suffice.
Prime Minister.
Even the most compassionate of monarchs cannot be permitted to excuse the vermin. Chauncey, have the royal luggage prepared. We will withdraw to Windsor presently. Leomunda, you will accompany me. And you, silence this bell before I have an overwhelming urge to decapitate it.
The bell's just started, and
You
two...
lie, Lupin.
she would have gone. She would not have gone to Windsor. She would have gone to Balmoral because it would have been her preferred place.
Water. Lupin was hidden in the clock. Well played.
Well, yes, that was rather obvious when it was a clock because it'd be big enough to hold him. Right. Yes, I'm raiding the Queen's bedroom. Yes, we know that.
Elementary. This is how Lupin vanished.
Oh, yes, of course.
Here I am in the cellar of Buckingham Palace. All of these odds and ends must represent what remains of the sumptuous gifts given to the crown throughout centuries.
Probably not. They're probably in other places as well. Ooh, a thing.
The ground here is slightly sloped.
Is it? Is it indeed?
The wood of this statue is intact. It must be quite heavy, but it's possible to lift it slightly.
So we've come out here, have we?
Lupin must have hooked the lock, but it closed behind him. This grill isn't in good condition. Will it yield through force?
I don't know.
Nothing special here.
You're probably not really,
Nothing special here.
probably not an organ man, are you?
This organ is dilapidated, but the steel tubes are made of a resistant metal. None were damaged in the fall, and they haven't oxidized over time.
They're not that damaged, but you can just pull them out. Can I use them?
Lupin must have hooked the lock, but...
Ah!
The wood of this statue is
I
intact.
comprehend.
It must be quite heavy, but it's possible to lift it slightly.
Okay, I don't comprehend anymore. I'm confused. No, I don't want them here. I want them here.
The wood of this statue is intact.
Oh, yes, it's intact. We're going to use it to batter this thing. I think I've done it bad by putting that there.
The wood of this statue is
No,
intact.
push it, push it. Oh, right. Now push it.
You and I, Lupin. It's done now, but Lupin knows that someone is after him now.
I think, well, considering he was still talking of the game, I believe he probably knew that. So
Lupin, he's there.
I'm assuming that his goal was to...
These shanks are from the lock. Lupin must have thrown them down after closing this door again. This grill is closed, and there's the opening mechanism of this grill seems to be quite sophisticated.
So I assume that was his plan, was to steal kiss. Right, I'm not entirely sure what we're trying to do here. 12. Oh, right. 12 plus 2, so that's 14, minus... Oh, what's L? I assume this is supposed to be V? Because that's the only thing that works there. That, I don't think that's right. 12 plus 4, so that's 14 minus... Oh, that's 50. I think L is 50. So that's 52, that's 64. No, sorry, that's 12, that's minus 40. That makes no sense if we've got C. So that should be an addition. So it's 64. That's only going to make sense like that, isn't it? It's a dance macabre. Sorry, 64. And this is 92. So that's obviously incorrect. So we could add a 10. So that's 24, 66, no, 76. 76, 86, 86, 104. Oh, this is 86. So that means we need to subtract 4. So this isn't going to work. Huh. I can't put a minus somewhere else. I mean, if I did that, it wouldn't make any sense. So we got C. I can't pull any of these off. Minus 12, so it's 88? 92. So I need a way of getting rid of some of these 2s, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. That'd be 96. Actually, this is 96. This gives us 96 on the top, so we need to get another 4. Which I don't think we can actually get, can we? Actually, if I do that... Alright, yes, there we go. What? Aha! I did it. I actually did the maths puzzle. How very Skyrim of you.
All of these objects are ancient. They must be from the Norman era. Closed.
Dun, dun.
This may prove to be useful. This may prove to be useful. The bow of this Norman longship is very heavy and seems quite sturdy. Closed.
No, I want to...
Closed.
No, I want to...
This part is in poor condition.
Okay, so I assume...
The bow of this Norman longship is... The bow of this Norman longship is very
right,
heavy.
yes. If I...
The bow of this Norman longship is
I'm
very...
trying to work out what we... Wait, can I see anything up here? Ooh, I could close this. Aha! That's not going to have achieved anything. But it does explain how he gets out. Right. Right. Yeah, these are the only things. These are the only things we can interact with. This lever. This or this. We may need something from back here. That is a possibility. Or not. Looks like we only need stuff down here. Huh, right.
The bow of this Norman longship is...
Yes, so what we're going to do, what the plan would be to pull it up using these chains.
The bow of this Norman
and then drop it onto this door, because that's broken, I think. Yes. Yes. Oh, I see. Right. Next stage is a bit more... Oh, right. Not entirely sure what we throw this over now.
I must have made a mistake.
No.
I must have made a mistake. Time to... No, I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do that?
I must have made a mistake. Time to think.
Oh, what am I meant to do then? See if you know. Thread it through the hook on the ceiling. Is there a hook on the ceiling? Oh, there is. And then...
Elementary.
Pull that down. And then... release that. There we go. Right. Need to remember to look up. I keep forgetting to do that.
I came down a level. I must find a way to get back up. This bagpipe is capable of releasing air under great pressure. That can surely be of use to me. This collection of costumes is magnificent. All are in excellent condition.
Is there one missing? Oh, I'm disappointed in you, Mr. Lupin.
This may prove to be useful.
Oh, we're going to create a blow dart, are we?
Nothing special here.
Right.
It's part of an Indian totem.
Right.
There is something here.
Yes, I'm sure there is.
There is something here.
Oh, not. Huh. Oh, right, hello.
It's part of an Indian totem.
Really?
It's part of an Indian totem. It's part of an Indian totem.